Doki doki ooh woo. All my heart's for you, my wonderful fiance, Seamus.
Hello friends, welcome back to my kitchen. I've got a new apron and I think it's cute. I actually pulled my hair up properly today instead of just chucking it in a braid. Like, I made effort. Nova, hello! It's me with a foot pop. I don't think you can see that. Yeah. So we're gonna make the cookies that we were supposed to make like 3 weeks ago. Finally. Hopefully the focus and everything looks good. I didn't like it like constantly trying to shift focus, so I forced it to focus to about here. So I will try to always be in this range, but it should, because I've made it focus far away, it should catch more stuff in focus, is, you know, fingers crossed. Hi Nivex! Seamus, congrats on being the official first. Carrie, the official second, and Full Speed nailed the official third. You guys are heckin' awesome. So we're gonna bake cookies. This is all the ingredients we need. It's gonna be simple. I'm hoping, yeah, my butter is softening nicely because it's like 76 degrees Fahrenheit in here. We are using Rude cookie cutters today. I bought these cookie cutters like 6 or 7 years ago, at least, and I never used them. They were just too funny not to buy. So I feel like this is the right time for a disclaimer. I think these are funny. I would never say this to people, probably.
Looks like you're here
What
to
up,
troll us
Rain?
again, Rain.
We're gonna bake. So our Rude cookie cutters today, we've got one that says, I hope you choke. Please go die. Kindly fuck off and stop talking. Those are gonna be our 4 cookie cutters for today. The recipe specifically calls for using smaller cookie cutters. It's rolled out pretty thin. Those are small cookie cutters and they're meant for thin dough. So this is perfect. We're making Rude cookies today. Cookies for Nikki. If she pays me to ship them to her, she can have some. Because it's supposed to make 7.5 dozen. And I'm drinking hot cocoa with a noticeable amount of mint alcohol in it. Because why not? I actually want to, real fast, zoom in on the text here so that I can see it from a little further away. And then make this wider. Working on small chores around the house, then we'll set up the new monitor. Let's go, Carrie. You're fucking exhausted? I bet. Running programs are difficult. I tried running at one point. Like, I started to get into it. Seamus can tell you, because he couldn't keep up. And my struggle was that I got shin splints, so I had to stop. And then we got out of the habit, winter came, the whole 9. Recently, I started to pick up a walking habit and I jogged for half a block, gave myself shin splints, couldn't get them to go away, took a break, went back to walking, and walking gave me shin splints. I was like, this is fucking stupid, body. This is fucking stupid. Dragon does not run. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that, Gary. I can't stop putting my hands in the pockets because it's so fun. I like pockets. So this recipe, it's in the Discord if you want it, but it comes from Betty Crocker's cookie book, which is probably my favorite cookie cookbook. It is the same one that my grandmother used for a good chunk of her Christmas cookies. I use it for some of my Christmas cookies. The recipes in here are all circa, hang on, let me see what the original copyright is. If the way they spell cookie doesn't give you a hint. Really, it's not the very next page. Nope, they're just stuck together. This was originally published in 1963. So none of the recipes in this book are older than 1962 probably. They are old recipes. Shin splints too, I just run through it because they won't do anything. Oh, that sucks, Rain. Either they'll go away or they'll turn into a full fracture. Well, hopefully not a full fracture because that would blow. And Sam showing off that cake. You mean this one? I know. It pops up here and there. It's vintage. I know, Dova. And I love the vintage recipes in here. So it's a simple cookie recipe. It calls for 1 cup of shortening, part butter or margarine. So what that means is you're gonna use half a cup of like Crisco and half a cup of butter, which is a stick of butter. You need a half cup of brown sugar packed. So you need like the Demerara that's granulated won't work properly. You really need the stuff that you can like squeeze and mold. Both my grandma's vintage cookbooks, one Betty Crocker and one Better Homes. Yes, Dova, yes. You need a 1/4 cup of granulated, so that's just your basic white sugar. 2 1/4 cups, they call for gold medal flour. So this book was published by General Mills. Betty Crocker is a part of General Mills, and I'm going to take a wild guess and say that gold medal flour is also a part of General Mills. So they always say gold medal flour. It doesn't matter, it's all-purpose flour. So I have a little bit left in this bag and then more in here. And then just a little bit of salt. Salt brings out the flavor. There's no vanilla. Like basically your only liquids in this, honestly, are your shortening and your butter. That's your liquid. Sugar, I think sugar technically counts as a liquid in baking. It's really weird, but there's no milk, there's no eggs, there's no vanilla, there's no water. Solo Wolf, not a car crash. Oh God, are you okay? Other party is okay. No injuries, and my car may or may not be. Oh no. Yeah, it's a wet ingredient unless said otherwise. So in this case, it is one of our wets. So that's it. They say in the recipe that the use of brown sugar in this is what gives it its butterscotch taste. Honestly, I don't know how one makes butterscotch, so I'm going to just trust these will taste like butterscotch. But shortbreads basically are flour and butter. They don't contain anything else, which is why they are a shortbread cookie. So, you're coping and distracting yourself? I don't blame you, Solo Wolf. It started in Minneapolis. That's fascinating, Nivex. To go put your mind... Good luck in the fog. Good luck in the fog, Solo Wolf. I was playing last night. I was playing with Mel by Moonlight and Maddie. It was fun. Any bread I use is shortbread. Oh my God, Rain, listen. Listen. My height is travel size, okay? I travel beautifully because I fit everywhere. So this recipe, we only need to heat the oven to 300 degrees. It's a slow oven. So I will start my oven preheating when we get to the time to cut out the cookies stage. Measure flour by dipping method or by sifting. So that means we're going to sift this shit. Pull out my big measuring cup and my sifter. And yes, this is technically a vintage style sifter. I prefer this to a sieve, which is the like shake it thing. Having the handle just makes it so much easier. You cannot change my mind because I've tried both. You had one of those sifters growing up? I did too. I did too. And then I saw everybody, I mean, I have one. I saw everybody who was like a professional baker on YouTube. Oop, my lids are falling out. Hang on. Using one of these, right? A sieve. And you like pat it and everything. I prefer this. I've tried this. I prefer that. I do still use my sieve for things. It is handy, but it's just as good. You usually attach your sign while helping with the baking, yeah. It was an easy task for kids, and you probably had to sift it out onto wax paper. 2 1/4 cups. Right, 1/4? 1/4. I didn't pull the garbage can out. Ooh, it's a little stinky. This is what boobs are actually good for, helping balance objects. And because we are Americans, we don't weigh our flour like we should. Almost, I think. Yeah, almost. That should do it, because when I shake it, it does go down a little bit. All right, so mix flour and salt, stir in. Oh, I missed the first line. Mix shortening and sugars thoroughly. Well, that's okay. This can sit off to the side. It's not gonna hurt anything. 1 teaspoon of salt. Thank you for the 5 community gift subs, and Twitch added 2 on. Let's go. Let's go. It's September, you guys. September means that right now your 5 gifted subs go further. And I guess the record is like somebody gifted 5 subs and Twitch added on like an extra 78. That's the record I've heard of. Is that not crazy? Woo! 1 teaspoon of salt. We don't need these anymore. They can go back in there. Let's put the salt away in a moment. Put the flour away later because we're gonna need it for rolling things out. We need to do the sugars. 1/4 cup granulated and a 1/2 cup brown packed. Jameis, you are amazing. Thank you for the giant emotes. Yes, Twitch is... This is the month that Twitch gives back the way they should to creators. I said what I said. Because I know Twitch has to make its money, right? Okay, it's a company, it's a business, but Twitch is a part of Amazon. They got the money to give a little bit more to their creators. Hype, 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 hype! Seamus is a legend, 100%. Oh my god, Nova the waving cat is adorable. Or is it a bear? It's a bear. I love that. Good job, Twitch, on that emote. All right. 1/4 cup. 1/4 cup, yeah. Yeah, of granulated. But we're not profitable. Yeah, bullshit. Bullshit. You're not profitable, but you run giant ass TwitchCon. And so on and so forth. Like, you can't tell me you're not profitable when you have hot tub streamers and shit like that. The amount of money people drop for those streams where Twitch gets a part of it, the amount of ad revenue they probably get from those, well, yeah, from those streams. I'm sure those streamers can advertise. It's probably just different kind of ads. Like, you can't tell me you're not profitable. No shot. Especially because if a business isn't profitable, you either change it to make it profitable or you shut it down. There's no in between. If you're running something that's not profitable but you keep it going, that's a charity. Pack it in, pack it in. Don't quote me on that. Or do. Or do. Oh! I rescued it. We're okay. We did not fling the sugar off of the counter island thing. That is good and packed. BOTS. Clean up the extra that did fling. Full speed, pack it in. I mean, sure, yeah, of course you mean sure. Of course you mean sure. How have you been, full speed? How is work? You guys, Seamus and I had to go shopping yesterday, and the universe was in full force, and I simultaneously love and hate it right now, okay? So next weekend, we have my cousin's wedding to attend. This is perfect. So you can kind of see, I can like squish it with my hands, but it's still holding its shape. That means it's room temp. That's what you want. And I have unfortunately put on a lot of weight. I actually, like, I sat down and I thought about it for the first time, like really thought about it for the first time ever. And since Seamus and I got together, I have put on close to 50 pounds. And that's 50 pounds I need to lose. So a lot of the clothing that I used to wear doesn't fit, right? And a lot of what I like to wear doesn't look good or doesn't come in the right size. So we went out dress shopping, as one does when they have an event coming up. What a miserable experience. Like, being even slightly overweight, what a miserable experience. Because everything that was cute made me look pregnant. Or the things that I like, because I'm short, were too long. The styles that are out right now are just, like, what the fuck? We tried to find, so my ideal was to find a skirt, a blouse, and a cardigan. We could not find skirts at all. We went to Macy's, we went to JCPenney, we went to H&M, we went to Francesca's, we went into Express, like, we went through an entire mall. We probably walked 2 miles looking in all of these stores. One store really tried to help me find something, but I had too many sensory issues with what they had. I love this part. Funk. One big wad. It was just miserable. It was awful. I hated every minute of it. So we got back in the car. We did not find any clothing. We did get the soap we needed, and I got the makeup replacement that I needed. Get home, and I was like, you know what? We're gonna have to go to Kohl's or Target to try. You know, I was trying to go to some of the nicer box stores, but I was like, girls gotta do what a girl's gotta do. I need to look nice for the wedding next weekend. It's technically semi-formal, though I feel like a lot of my family is not properly dressing semi-formal, question mark. Go through the closet. Former me must have just inherently known that future me was gonna have this issue. I had a dress in there that works. I just needed to find a cardigan. On top of that, not finding clothing was like the universe being, bitch, go home and look in your fucking closet. I had completely forgotten some of these dresses were in there. It was wild. As a person in a bigger body, I absolutely feel you. It's a real issue. It does. It needs to be advocated for, and it needs to be advocated for in a positive way, if that makes sense, because there's definitely a lot of like, we're just gonna take this thing and make it wider. And it's like, okay, you've made it wider, but you haven't made it fit my shape. And that, therein lies another problem. Like, years and years ago, we're talking like, at this point, it's 120 years ago, which is crazy to think about. We used to be capable of mending and darning our own clothing so that we could change it to fit us. Like, we could make it fit us better. That is a lost art that I would like to renew knowledge in. Because then I can take these like really baggy things and dart them just right to make them like fit where my form is without accentuating the fact that like you can't see it because I'm wearing something that works, but I have like all my fat in my tummy and I hate it. Get out of there, butter. Yes. Yes. Get out of there. So what I'm doing right now is I'm using the speed and basically the centrifugal force of the mixer itself to fling the butter out of the whisk to the sides of the walls. And I need to get this last piece mixed in better before I throw in flour. And, well, the flour and the salt. So here we go. That's better. So yeah, it was miserable, but I'm grateful that something I had picked out when Seamus and I first got together, and it actually didn't fit as well as I would have liked back then. Fits great now. Doesn't make me feel like I'm pregnant, and it will work for this wedding because it's this like lovely dark brown color. And this wedding is gonna be a struggle. I don't know if I mentioned it on Friday, but it is a barn wedding. So it's a barn wedding up north in the beginning of October, where during the day, we're averaging around like 68 to 73 degrees Fahrenheit outside. And then in the evening, it drops to like 50. So that's an average of like 20 degrees-ish, 18 to 20 Celsius, down to closer to like probably 10, 8 to 10. It's a big drastic difference and it sucks. Anyways, here's our sugar mixture, Banhammer. I have a book called Fat Girls Hiking, which is filled with inspiring stories of good work being done. Oh, that's amazing, Dova. Stole any more kitchen utensils, they put me in jail. But that's a whisk I'm willing to take. Oh my goodness. If you steal any more kitchen utensils that are good though, Nivex, like hit me up. Okay? I might turn myself into like a kitchen utensil pawn shop. Okay, so we put in our sugars, we put in our shortening and butter. Now we have to put in sifted flour. So I like to just sift it right into the bowl, which I know we didn't do that as kids. You sifted it onto like wax paper and stuff, but YOLO. Because in reality, what you're supposed to do, okay, what you're supposed to do is sift the flour and then remeasure it. Because when you sift it, you do get like a little bit of aeration to it, which is why like we would just be smarter if we went to weighing everything, but we told England to fuck off over 250 years ago, and we don't listen to them anymore. So this is definitely like the epitome of cranky Americans being all like, now that you told me to do it that way, I'm not doing it. Like that is literally what this measurement system is. Don't encourage that behavior. Sounds like a whiskey situation. You never know. It could be a whiskey situation. We got it in the freezer. At least I think we have whiskey in the freezer. If not, it's on the shelf. Just giving it an initial mix so that I don't get a vase full of flour. And you're gonna use the one that scrapes the edges for us, because yes. And then basically I'm gonna let it go until it starts to form a ball. Just low and slow. Why it is always the David the troll? Because it's the David the troll, especially the shirtless Davids. Are you playing Killer or Survivor, Solo Wolf? Man, how small are the cookies that it says it's gonna make? Because this feels like not a lot of dough. That piece of brown sugar didn't want to mix, so we're just gonna get rid of it. Oops. This is real life baking, not HGTV or whatever. Home and baking. We drop stuff on the floor. We make a mess of ourselves. We use our apron as a way to wipe off our hands because it can be washed. All right, there it is. There's our dough. Easy squeezy. Josh, hello. Trapped in a corner. Oh, see, you can report that, Solo Wolf, because that's not trolling, that's toxic behavior if he's trapping you. Once you were hooked, I don't blame you. We are baking, Josh. Aria finds it to be a fun toy. Listen, it is a fun toy. Here's one you made earlier around here. I think I don't understand that, Josh. I'm watching the last person rat him out to the killer. I don't blame them. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. All right, let me put this stuff away because we're gonna need the space. So you'll hear me even if you don't see me. I'm going to turn on the oven to 300 Fahrenheit, which is, I don't know in Celsius off the top of my head. Out of habit, I'll check and make sure there's nothing in the oven, because if you grew up anything like me, that's where mom kept like pots and pans because we didn't have enough cupboard space in a small house. Oh, got you. Now here's one I made earlier. Yes. Gotcha. Your device decided you didn't need that one W. Yeah, they do it in the USA too. They do it in the USA as well. Salt goes back over here. We have some more alcoholic hot cocoa. It's gonna get thrown. Just don't break it, they're expensive. I love that mug, by the way. I got it in Salem. It's among my faves. This is just dry goods, so I smack out the excess and say to hell with it. It goes back down in the cupboard. I only wash that when it gets like really caked on. And I say caked on, but it's really just like a thick layer of like dust, basically. Or if I am baking for a friend that needs it to be gluten-free. Why did I put the flour? What? Don't ask stupid questions, me. Don't ask stupid questions. You did it out of habit. It's fine. We'll just get the flour back out for rolling this. Putter a bit? No problem, Dova. No problem. So yeah, the dough comes together really fast. Really, really fast. I just want to saran wrap over the top of Jan Crisco here, because past me apparently didn't think about which one I was grabbing or using and threw out the one that had the lid on it. I probably had something in there that used the lid, to be fair. And then I used it up, just didn't even think about the fact that there were 2 other packages and tossed it. So I'm just saran wrapping it. Not because it's gonna like go bad if I don't saran wrap it, but because there's cat hair and shit floating around in the air and I don't need to suddenly go to pull that out to use it and it's covered in Smeagol. Because that would happen. I guarantee you that would happen. These can go over here. I'm half tempted to make a double batch and I'm just like stopping myself because it's like you literally don't need that many cookies, especially like trust the recipe. Maybe it won't make as many as it's claiming to make. Maybe it will. You don't know. You don't know how small the cookie cutters were that they were talking about. But these are pretty small, like it fits in the palm of my hand. They're not large. I'm now going to move my recipe book out of the way of sorry, concentrating on not dropping things, out of the way of where I'm gonna be rolling stuff out. But also trying to make sure it's not in the way of my glorious hot cocoa. There we go. Okay, so we've got space now. We've got cookie cutters. My air bakes are over here. Because I'm an air bake for life girl. My glorious air bakes. I'm actually gonna let them sit here. Because it's more out of the way, but easy to get to. I need the flour back. Do I roll it? Do they talk about pastry cloth? They do. On a cloth covered board. Oven's preheated. So pastry cloth is the best thing. We need that and we need the rolling pin. If you do a lot of baking that requires you to roll stuff out and you do not have a pastry cloth, I highly recommend getting one. They're like no more than $6. They protect your surface and they make it easier to clean shit up. They also protect your rolling pin so that you can just whisk this off and your rolling pin is good to go. Which for wooden rolling pin users like us, that's really helpful. If you got a marble rolling pin or whatever, that probably doesn't matter to you. Someday I will be fancy and own a glorious marble rolling pin, but that day is not today. Come back, flour. I'm sorry I put you away prematurely. I'm sorry. Okay. Ophelia, hi. Who did you meet yesterday? Did you meet your partner in crime? Whose name I'm like literally LB. You met Michael Myers? Like the guy who played Michael Myers? Sprinkle. Excuse me, computer screen. Yes, that's fucking awesome. Let's go. How did you do that? Did he come to a convention or was he just like randomly in your area? For the record, I don't know who played Michael Myers. I don't know actors or actresses. But I'm still excited when people meet their idols or people that they admire or, you know, you get what I mean. There's a horror con near... Oh! That's exciting. I didn't even know they did horror cons, but I guess it makes sense. I'm literally just gonna grab a handful of this. I'm gonna smush it together with my hands to make a ball. This seems so crumbly. Does it talk about if it's too dry? Nope. Sure doesn't. But it says it's a delicacy from Scotland, which gets its butterscotch flavor from the combination of butter and brown sugar. Makes me feel like maybe we shouldn't, like it shouldn't call for using shortening, but that cracks so bad. Yeah, that's about 1/4 inch thick. I'm really concerned with how much it's cracking. It makes me want to like chuck in a tiny bit of milk or something. All right, where's the kindly fuck off one? Oh no, yeah, kindly fuck off. We're gonna start with that. We need some kindly fuck off cookies. Got some earrings and found some really cute vendor stuff. That's fucking awesome, Carrie. Let's go. Or Carrie, Ophelia. I last looked at Carrie's name. Good Lord. You guys. This thumb. That's the thumb that's in the wrong place. That's gonna be amazing. That's gonna be an amazing cookie right there. Come out of the cookie. Oop, there it goes. Makes me nervous having this sit so precariously. There we go. That makes me feel better. I'm 100% bringing these to bowling on Tuesday, a couple of them, to give to my teammates. Because that's the kind of friends we are. But there's no way I'm getting 7.5 dozen cookies out of this. I don't remember, Ophelia. I don't remember where I got these cookie cutters from. I bought them years ago, but they're hilarious. Full of people you had to, yeah, if you're not a people-y person, you got to build up the willpower to go to those kinds of events. Top table served its purpose. She is mostly cut down. Oh, nice, Carrie, nice. I want to say I either got them as like a 3D printed item off of Etsy, but they look too clean to be 3D printed, maybe injection molded, or I got them on Amazon, maybe. I don't remember, but they are funny. I may have rolled the side of this a little too thin trying to get it to stick together. Yeah, this one doesn't have the text on it. It was too thin. So we're just going to roll this back into a ball. I may have to add a little milk to this at some point to keep it going, or a little more butter. I feel like this is too dry. You know what? It's too dry. Go in there. This is the beauty of having a clean sink. I can just pull my thing that's standing up back out of it. We're going to mix a little bit more in. We need something. It's too dry. I'm going to go with a little bit of milk. And when I say a little bit, I really mean a little bit, just a trickle. It needs a little bit more fat of some sort. Laundry almost dry. Just put on a pot of lentils for meals this week. Ooh, I love that dopa. Oh no, not the shoulder issue. That sucks. You'll take 1 dozen of kindly fuck off cookies? Oh my gosh. Yeah, climates and elevation can cause major differences. It helps if I lock that in place. Yeah, see this looks better. This feels better. 1 little trickle of milk. And I prefer milk over water because of the fat content. So I'm actually gonna hang on to that because this is another secret that I've learned from my extensive cookie baking years. When in doubt, milk it out. So I have a lot of doughs where it takes me a little while. I've got like these lumps of brown sugar that did not want to blend very well. But yeah, see how much easier that is for me to mold? So like the dough dries out as I'm going, right? It just like that's naturally gonna happen because it takes a while to put some of these cookies together. I think the candy canes are the ones that take me the longest. It's like 4 hours that I spend molding those cookies. And as the dough dries out, you've got to rehydrate it. If you don't rehydrate it, then it just crumbles. And milk works so much better than water. Excuse me, fly, it's fall now. Go die. You are the one who will get the kindly die cookies. Or please die, or whatever it says. Fly. Yes, rude cookies. Rude cookies are good cookies. Okay, so we've got some kindly fuck off cookies. Oh yeah, that's so much better. That feels about the right thickness. So let's do some, I hope you choke cookies. Whoop. I hope you choke. They are not shoe fly pie. They are not. That's true, Knivex. I've heard though it's hard to find like a good proper recipe for shoe fly pie because I'm pretty sure I've gone looking for it. And I know what joke you're making. I do get it a little after the fact, but I get it. But it was something I did look into at one point. That and there was another one that was a Midwest delicacy. Black and something pie? I don't remember at this point, but I looked it up and there's just so many recipes and it's like, which one? Nobody can agree. Cinnamon cookies? Let's go, Ophelia. Absolutely. Everybody's got to bake. in one way or another. Either you do the baking or you get baked, right? Yeah, now when I go to roll this into the other dough, it won't just fall apart. This is also the problem with not weighing your flour. It's quite possible, because it's really humid here right now, that I have more flour in this recipe than it was when it was originally derived, because the weight of the flour is, you know, going to always be the same, but the density of the flour, because it's moist, yes, I said moist, does change. I may have to make another batch, because I've gotten 10 cookies and I'm already like halfway through my dough. I cannot, well, I should settle for like only making 2 dozen, but for something that's supposed to make 7.5 dozen cookies, like, how small do these cookies have to be to get 7.5 dozen? Like, tea cake size? These are some of my smallest cookie cutters. Why not both? I mean, there's that. I do love my baking. And yes, it could be both. It could be the humidity. It could just be other reasons. All right, now we're going to make Stop Talking. Stop Talking cookies. Seamus is playing ships, I believe. That didn't press very well. Hang on. I'm just pressing it on the letters a little bit more. There we go. Baking well baked. Honestly, it does help me make better cookies. Wine is your friend. Let's go, Ophelia. I have never tried to bake while under the influence of anything. Ever. But I think it's because, like, a lot of people, they smoke, and I'm going to specifically talk about smoking because I do not want to encourage alcoholism, but they smoke to relax, right? And for me, baking is relaxing. I bake to relax. All right, we've gotten 1 dozen. So I don't feel like I need to, and I mean, I've also never succeeded in getting high either from smoking. So there's that issue for me personally, but I don't think I need to imbibe to relax in this case. So I don't think I would combine them, if that makes sense, personally. Ooh, small old ones will go upstairs. Let's go, Carrie. You're getting so close. Egg sandwich while very drunk. Nearly set the house on fire. Oh, don't do that. Don't set the house on fire. Nobody wants that. I think I can get another row on here. I really do. It's another little bit of brown sugar that didn't quite mold in. Try to pick up some of the extra little nuggets here. Yeah, this might be a 2-batcher. I may have to pull the stuff back out of the sink, which will be fine. It's clean. And double the recipe, because this is just not going to be enough. I refuse to only make 24 cookies. Makes it more exciting than getting shouted at. Yeah, I like excitement, Josh, but maybe not almost lost my house and maybe my life excitement. The phrase YOLO should not apply in reality for things like that, right? Oh, excuse me. Little burp. Roll it out, roll it out. It still wants to crack, but not as bad as it did. A little bit thinner, just a tad. All right, so now we'll just have, please go die cookies, which should never be said seriously to anybody, okay? This should only be said in jest to your closest friends who you know appreciate the same sense of humor. Do not say this seriously to people. Thank you. This has been a PSA to keep me from getting canceled. Needed to press the letters in a little bit more. You only make toast now? That's probably for the best. That's probably for the best, Josh. You're gonna have to find a good partner in life who will take up the cooking so that you don't burn your house down. And become the laughing stock of the local fire department. The edges of this one is a little bit tricky for this, it seems like. Ooh. I slipped. Out, damn cookie. Yeah, it's like, you can see it. It's kind of getting stuck in the cookie cutter. So this cookie cutter's probably the roughest of the go, because it doesn't want to release the edges. The cute little crimp design around the edge is too sharp. So I may not use this one anymore because, like, that's gonna be a pain in the ass to clean. It's a pain in the ass to use. Please go die, cookie cutter. You suck. All right, one sheet down. These have to bake for a long time. I think it's like 24 minutes. 20 to 25 minutes. We are going to go for 21. Arbitrary, because that just feels right. So we've got 20 cookies to a tray. Tray number 1 is in yon oven. I am going to need paper towel to like really absorb oil. That requires somebody putting up with my you never know, Josh. Your parents put up with your dumb ass. Somebody else out there will probably put up with your dumb ass. You just have to find them. Look, Seamus is putting up with my dumb ass. Ahem. What, are you not? Are you not putting up with my dumbass, Seamus? We need some more kindly fuck off cookies. I think that's my favorite cutter. Seamus, do you think your parents need some kindly fuck off cookies? Do you think they would appreciate that humor? I know my dad will. Some of us are unpartnerable. I don't believe that. Unless you don't want a partner, like, no shame. My brother's getting some, okay? I'm taking some to bowling. After I get this tray together, I'm going to be pulling out more butter to let it soften. Whoop. We lost the corner of that one. So that I can make extra, because this is like, if I get 40 cookies out of this, this will be a lot. And that is not enough. I refuse. I want more. I should be content with 40 cookies, but... well, we'll see. Maybe I'll be content with 40 cookies. But that's not even 4 dozen. 42. More than a decade. I bowl every Tuesday from the months of September to May. I am in a league. My brother coerced me into joining, and now I'm addicted. I used to bowl as a kid too. Got my own ball, got my own shoes. That's gonna need more milk. So we're gonna actually just swap to the other dough, which I'm gonna split. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get half of what they slated. I might get 3 dozen out of this. Might. We need 42 cookies. I was a kid Saturday mornings was how I started. About missing cartoons, right? I just didn't want to fucking get up. In order to make it to bowling on time, we had to be up by like 7 a.m. on a Saturday, and I was like, fuck this shit. Especially because that was when I was just getting started. Seamus. Started with dealing with my IBS, and let me tell you what, when you're having IBS at the bowling alley on league days as a kid, you very quickly don't want to go anymore. Kind of ruins it. Let me get that next stick of butter out. I'm going to want it. I am going to want to make 2 batches. It's just hurting my soul to think about not making plenty. So you sit there, you start to warm up. Boop. Dad used it, was okay last time I tried to use it, but really I had to get it re-drilled. Yeah, you need it drilled to your own hand. 100% Nivex, it makes a huge difference. And since it's the ball your dad used, it's probably heavy enough for the bowling pins. So I think my brother said it was like 10 years ago, maybe 8 to 10 years ago, they actually increased the weight, the standard weight of bowling pins. So the balls that we grew up with as kids, like the 8-pounders, they're not heavy enough to knock the pins down anymore. You can use them. And for kids that like, they're not really gonna be scoring very well anyways, like little kids that would need an 8-pound ball, it's fine. but they just, like, the chances of getting a strike with them are so slim because they just don't have the weight to really get through the pins. They're more likely to bounce off of them these days. Oh, come on. How stuck are you, Cooky? Out, out. There we go. Kind of broken in spots, but it is out of the cutter. I'm sweating. And the question then becomes, is it hot in here? I mean, it is warm in here. Or is it the fact that I'm also possibly having a hot flash? 16 pounder? Yeah, it's more than heavy enough. I think I'm bowling right now with a 13 or 14 pounder. So I'll get some milk for the last rollout because it's gonna be very, very dry. Between what's gonna come out of this and what I put back in the bowl because it was dry. Little dab will do ya. And then I will probably open the window that's next to me because holy fuck, I'm sweating. Always a little more flour to keep it from sticking to the pastry cloth. This pastry cloth is actually gonna need a run with like detergent or soap or something. There's a big grease spot that's stuck in it now from all the baking it's seen and all the pie doughs, and this pastry cloth has seen some shit. And I do technically have a spare one, so if I fuck it up, I have another one in reserve. Because my family, they think of me over Christmas and they know I'm a baker, right? And it's my extended family, not my immediate family. They, like, the gifts are thoughtful. They get me things to bake with, and the other year they got me pastry cloth. And I said thank you, you know, I didn't say anything because it's nice to have a backup, but it's like, yep. I have these. Let's see, I need the I hope you choke again. Time to shop paracord, let's go. My own at one point must have gotten, probably Nivex, they probably did not keep it. It was probably an item that they were like, we're decluttering, what can we get rid of? Nivex hasn't used this in a while. Boop, gone. I love these. I love these.
I'm gonna need you to drink some water.
I got you, Dova. Somebody redeemed it last night. I think it was Opal, and I thought it was you, Dova, because you're the one who typically redeems that. And I just was like, got you, Dova, and then I was like, oh, it was Opal. Cocoa counts, right? I'm voting that it does for right now. Get out. Ooh! I got a little aggressive with that one. Whew, my goodness. My goodness. I don't normally sweat like this while baking, but to be fair, it is humid right now. All right, you go back in there. I'm going to rinse my hands after I pull the stuff out of the sink so that it doesn't get like wet and wonky before I touch the window. That'll also make grabbing the milk carton a little easier if they're not covered in a butter brown sugar mess. Cause I am like sweltering. We kept the air conditioning. Yeah, yep. I've been doing that at night lately. I've had the opportunity to use the air conditioner or to open the window, but I've been using the AC to just dry it out. But the air outside is cooler than the air inside. And because the mic is here, you shouldn't hear the fan like super running. That instantly feels so much better. Instantly feels so much better. I also want to move you guys actually over to this side of my screen. So that I can get a better feel for like where I'm at stream-wise. Cool. Okay, milk. The fuck is this? Fuzzy. Milk for those. Just to dribble. Rehydrate them. Oh yeah, I left a lot of grease on this milk carton. Just the tiniest of bits. It's probably like 1/8 of a teaspoon. Because it doesn't take a lot. It really doesn't. They puff up nicely in the oven. I like that. Okay. Yep, rehydrated. Mo better. Mo better. Yeah, the other reason I'm gonna do 2 batches is because I also refuse to do like an 1.5 hour long stream because it went so fast. Like, I'm a fast baker, but that's ridiculous. That's too little. And if these come out really good, maybe I add them to my Christmas cookie roster. I don't know. Pick up some of those extra pieces that are just laying around. Oh, my feet, though. I will tell you, when I do finally sit back down, it's going to be glorious because my feet hurt. We did so much walking yesterday. I got in 11,000 steps, almost 12,000. And I'm a struggle to get 4,000 steps kind of gal, so that was a lot of walking. I'm trying to not be a struggle to get 4,000 steps kind of gal, but baby steps. Baby steps towards fixing my weight and fixing my triglycerides. Dude, I hope you choke, so now we need stop talking cookies. And I'm just gonna skip the other ones because I don't feel like dealing with how they stick in the cookie cutter. Cool cat Paul. My cookies look good. My hair bun looks nice. Thank you. How are you doing today? Filling the cart with so many options. They ask for certain colors and seeing what options are annoyingly can't. Oh, that sucks, Carrie. That you can't sort by color. Frustrating. Get out of the cookie cutter. I'm sorry, but you're 18. You're leaving. That's better. Ugh. 4.5 minutes on the ones in the oven. That agrees with your timer. Let's go. Yeah, and that's if they only take 21 minutes, because they could take up to 25. But I'm pretty sure 21 will do it. Because again, this recipe comes from, woo! This recipe comes from a time where ovens may not have been as meticulous as ours are today, right? Flatten that one little spot out. Got a little thick in the center. Technology only continues to improve. So ovens today are a little better, and materials improve too at keeping temperature. And because this book was written in 1963, it would not be unreasonable to think that some of the recipes in this book came from like the 20s or 30s, where you still were potentially in a house stoking a fire. Oh, my feet feel better. Sorry, you're hurting. Oh, how long is my hair? Is that what you're asking? Sounds like autocorrect is screwing you over. So if I let my hair bun down, my hair comes down to here. I just have very thin hair. So that's how I can get all of it up into this bun. But I have really, really long hair. And I love my long hair. Somewhere on this channel, because it's like back from one of my very first streams, so we're going back almost 3 years ago. There is a clip of me with my hair down. We need a couple more kindly fuck off cookies. And then I will call it for this dough for now, but I'm going to mold it in with the next batch that I make. So I'll save it off to the side. Get out of the cookie cutter, because I can't easily... Oh, maybe I can get my finger in there. That's what he said. Whoop, 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 whoop. Don't break in half, thank you. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for stopping by. At least I think that's what your message means, that you're when you say talk to you soon. Out of the cookie cutter, please. Oh, timer's going. But the nice thing is, since I have extra time technically, I have a moment to woo, don't break, just get out. To get this out of here and then go snag. Perfect. So we did get 40 cookies out of one go. Those smell very done. Oh, the fan feels nice. But do they look very done? Not quite, actually. So I'm gonna give them like another 2 minutes. So we'll take it to 23. And we'll call that a day. Okay, so we need to make round 2. That's empty enough. Because I don't have a lot left here. It kind of works out because it means I didn't actually need to saran wrap my Crisco. Yeah, that's what I've got left. Once again, I'll set this over here. I can squeeze it enough. The only benefit to a warm kitchen is the butter softens quickly. Boop. In it goes. We need a 1/4 cup granulated, 1/2 cup packed brown. I temporarily have the recipe mostly memorized. Dismiss. Have you started to golden around the edges at all? I'm sorry you guys can't see this part. Ugh. Yes, they look good. The please dyes didn't come out so good, but the rest of them look good. All right, so 23 minutes is the sweet spot. Actually, I'm gonna say it's 24 because we did have that brief bit where I was trying to fuss. So we'll go 24. 24 minutes. Next batch going in. Low and slow. Not as low and slow as you could go, but pretty low and slow. Start. Thank goodness for fatigue mats. Seriously, if you are like me and you do any amount of extreme baking and stuff, I recommend investing in a fatigue mat for where you stand to do that. And I actually found one, you can't see it, but it's cute. It's got like little vines and flower designs on it. You know, maybe I should market the rude cookies. And just kind of like, you know how you can ship somebody a dick? And just market it as you can ship rude cookies to your friends. Pay me, I'll make them and send them. Pick your flavor. Because I could do sugar cookies, I can do these, I could do standard shortbreads. I could probably make them gluten-free. I don't think I can make them vegan. I think that might be too much of a hassle, but... I don't know what the laws are surrounding using a home kitchen for something like that, but if it's a small-time operation, what the government doesn't know won't hurt them. Ugh. Oh, I need the Crisco while I'm over here. Grab this bad boy. This is my base kitchen speed, by the way, for baking. Like, I'm just quick. So, that's probably why I am more than capable of baking about 100 dozen cookies around Christmas time, which is coming up. And I'm jonesing to get started. Like, I am always super excited to do the Christmas cookies. I love the Christmas cookies. Calls you a time waste? Oh, no. Never, Dova. Never. Unless we're wasting time the fun way. Okay, I've got everything in there. Where's my... There's my... That's true. If you're having fun, is it really waste of time? That's fair. That's fair, Nivex. I love the flow of this skirt. Well, apron. Whip that off. Honestly, with the amount of like intense baking I've put this fucking KitchenAid through, I am so impressed that it's still going. The motor may not work the way I want it to, slowness wise, until it's got, you know, a load of dough in it, but it sure as shit just keeps on trucking. There's that. Now it's the 2 1/4 cups of flour with the teaspoon of salt. Before that, I will turn you guys briefly. I'm going to take these cookies off the tray. They smell really good. Yeah, some of the lettering came out better than others, so something to keep in mind. Beautiful. Set that there. Spin you back around to this view. Frank, hi friend. Everything's all good, Dova. Very good. All right. 2 1/4 cups of flour. How are you doing today, Frank? Is it a work day for you and Allie? I'm pretty sure Allie's working today. I just don't remember if you also work weekends or if you do weekdays. But not today? Hell yeah. Day off hype. Where are we at? We're at 2. I need a quarter more. Fuck it. There's 2. Then I need the salt again. Have you recovered yet from TwitchCon, Frank? Is your social battery recharged yet? When I was a kid, I could pour salt perfectly and not have to measure it over something else that's not going into the ingredients. I don't know what happened as an adult. I can't do it anymore. Shaky hands, maybe? Welcome back from the ads, friends. I'm sorry that baking means I can't pause for you. This is one of the few streams where once you get going, you have to just keep going. There is no stopping. No stopping, only baking. Good enough. Give it a quick bring together so we don't end up with a face full of flour. Now I want to do another baking stream next month. Or, well, yeah, technically next month. It feels like October already. If you guys have suggestions for things you might want to see baked, because we are into like the fall time, definitely drop them in the Discord. I'd be interested. Hey, Everett, the baking goes good. We're making rude cookies. Butterscotch shortbread with rude sayings. I need the milk. How are you doing today, Everett? Just a trickle. Just enough to bring it together. We'll need a little bit more later on. Beauteous. So good. Yes, yes. Whoop, doop. Love it, love it. Oh, the texture of a good cookie dough just makes my heart happy. Oh, whoops. You know what I forgot to do? Throw in this little chunk. Let's mix it a little bit more. Just a wee bit more. To mix the drier in with the wetter. Because that is how we do it. There we go. We're making the most of the dough. And whatever remains after this batch, like that little bit, I will just pat out into a cookie and bake it. Or eat it. There has been issues in the past. Like, this is why they tell you to heat your flour up, okay? Why if you're doing a cold recipe, they tell you to, like, bake the flour briefly, is because there has been an issue in the past with a salmonella outbreak in flour. And they want you to heat it up to make sure that you get out any of those potential pathogens, right? Generally speaking, though, flour is safe. There's no eggs in this. So this raw cookie dough should, in theory, be safe to eat if I want to just nom it instead of making it into a cookie and doing proper things with it. I'm gonna rinse my hands one more time. Take off some of the excess oil. Because imagine that shortbread cookies, which are mainly just fat and flour, are a little oily. Fat and flour, but that tastes so good. That's why we like, you know, breads and stuff. There it is. Defining element of shortbread. I don't think I've ever seen it baked before. So the defining element of shortbread is the fact that it's basically just a fat and flour. It's like there's not eggs in it. There's not vanilla or anything like that. It's just fat and flour. So when you make bread, you typically use flour, yeast, and like a little bit of salt, maybe some butter. And so this is just mimicking kind of a bread recipe, but adding more sugar and changing the ratio. At least that's how my understanding of it is. Oh, that was good cocoa with alcohol. Bring over my tray. There we go. There we go. I hear Seamus typing, so he must have some words of wisdom for us. There is sugar. There is sugar in this. That's how it becomes a cookie instead of a bread. Because if we didn't add the sugar and we changed the ratios back, it would just be bread. It's just the fats. There you go. Good dough. Give you a good pat. Oh, this one works much better. All right, let's start with some more of my favorite, which is the kindly fuck off cutters. I can't wait to post a picture of this in Mel's Discord because she always says kindly fuck off, and watch her freak out. Mel is an epic tight pants Mel. We've got 2 Mels in the community now. Uh-oh. This is very stuck in here. Come on, out of the cookie cutter, onto the tray. I can't get my fingers in here easily. Get out. Release, I say, god damn it. Like breaking and not coming out. Get out. Ah, it's like a fucking customer that doesn't want to leave at the end of the day. We're just gonna rip this out and retry. Like, it is not coming out. It is stuck. Holy shit. It really stuck. Oh! Screensaver, go away! Frank, thank you for the resubscription. 6 freaking months in advance. Frank! You're a legend. You are an absolute legend. You only know basics about baking. Nothing wrong with that. We all start somewhere. Laundry done and put away. Lentils done and ready to be packed for meals. Let's go. Let's go. Cord ordered. Nice, Carrie. Nice. Tier 2? I gotta get closer. Oh my god, Frank. I fucking love you. All the big hearts. All the big hearts. That is amazing. Thank you so much. Especially, like, you're also getting the deal because it is the last day of September where you get a discount. I need to scrape this out. What the fuck is happening? Frank! Thank you for the gifted and Twitch to put 10 more on it. Holy fuck! Holy fuck! For Twitch like made yours 200%. That's amazing. That is amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that. If you're here and you get gifted a sub, if you don't want to speak up in chat, but if you could like potentially private message your gifter for thanks, that's always, always appreciated. Because we don't want to call our lurkers out of lurk, but enjoy your emotes, friends. Enjoy your ad-free viewing. I think I cleaned that up as best I can. For the hype train, right? Zaddy Frankie. Frank is ready for a hype train to start. It does. It needs one other person to donate 100 biddies and a hype train will kick off. Because it has to be 3 different people. That's part of the stipulations. No pressure. Except from Frank. Go team go! That's phenomenal. And you never know how many extra Twitch will give. But that, oh my gosh, I am humbled. It's a hype train! Collect, thank you for the 100 biddies! You guys are amazing! A level, we started it off with a level 5 hype train. Holy fuck. Full speed, thank you for the biddies. Level 5, baby. I don't know what I'm doing wrong with this dough all of a sudden. Is it too warm in here? You come out of lurk to the hype train? Absolutely, it's a good thing to come out of lurk to. Okay, I've got to do something about this cookie cutter. We are struggling. This is a struggle bus. It's a hype train and a struggle bus. Seamus, thank you for the 5 gifted, and Twitch matched it. Holy God. So let's see, that's a total of Twitch giving out a free 17 subs on this channel. Who done it? Who done it, Ophelia? Let's see, we've got Sir Churchill, I recognize. Dova was in there. I recognize Cosmic Kitten. You were away. Twitch is, that, it is insane. It is. Like, I wish they did this every month. Like, there was just a weekend every month where this could be a thing. Eyeball Twitches. Twitch is the top gifter in a lot of channels this week. I believe it. I wonder if I need to flour my cutter. You guys are insane. I appreciate it. They already complained saying they're operating in the red. They're not operating in the red. I was saying this earlier, Frank. If they were really operating in the red, we would not have Twitch. Like, they would just shut it down. You don't operate a business in the red. That's just stupid. Like, you guys, this dough is so stuck in the gutter. So I'm going to be at the counter, rinsing it out to try and get it to work properly again. Maybe I made the dough a little too moist. Thank goodness for sprayers. Getting into all the nooks and crannies. Ooh, ah. Got most of it out. Okay, so one of the tricks with cookie cutters, and I don't know if it works with plastic ones, but you can flour the cutter to try and force it to release. Holy crap, what's happening? Solar Wolf, thank you for the 100 biddies, you guys. Thank you for all the support. Like, I had my hands full, but these hearts are for you. These hearts are for you. You guys are amazing. Level fucking 6. Moist. Oh. Cookie's gotta come out. Weird noises commence. While I think about how to fix this, I'm going to try one of these because this is one of the ones that just didn't come out so great. Giant emote! Thank you for the giant emote, Seamus. They are indeed reminiscent of butterscotch. I'm impressed. And I love the texture of shortbread cookies. You guys are phenomenal. Have I said that enough yet? Because you are. Let's see if flouring this bitch. I am too, Dova. I actually know how butterscotch is made. I have not researched it. Come out. Oh, 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 oh. No, don't rip. Well, it's not the best kindly fuck off cookie, but it is a kindly fuck off cookie. The corner stuck. And unlike the other ones, I can't like get my finger in there to just push on it. got hype chests. What did we get? Liboral food? I don't know what liboral food is. I got a kitty hype emote. It's so fucking cute. We don't talk about politics here. These are just cookies. And they're rude and they're funny. This is a space to relax. Oh my God, Solo Wolf, that's phenomenal. That is phenomenal. Try this again. Flour it up. Let me thin this out just a hair too, maybe. You guys, thank you again for the support. I really mean it. Like, it's super appreciated. Yes, that worked out much better. I love these cookies. I love these. Like, I have to show you again. This is my favorite one. It's my favorite one. It's my favorite cutter. Can I get a ban, please? Yeah, if you can't respect that I don't want to discuss that stuff in my stream and you're going to wreck my vibe, bye-bye. Here's my view, you guys. Okay, it's gonna be a hot take. I don't give a fuck. I appreciate that everybody is going to have different values and different viewpoints, and I don't feel like discussing it because arguing on the internet is pointless. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Frank. Saw your erect sword and had to swing it. Oh my. Oh my. Gotta take care of that erection somehow. Yeah, it just... And I will say this too, I don't understand people who come into a stream and like that's their first chats. Like, what? It's pointed up, look, it's true. It's true. Exactly. What I think is not your business. And it's funny because, like, I know people get very passionate about these topics, and I can appreciate that. We don't need it here. You have those passionate conversations with the people that you trust, who understand you, because the general population of the internet does not want to understand you. The general population of the internet just wants to be contrary. So don't stress yourself about it. And it, like we just did with banning, if anybody tries to stress you about it, yeet them out of your life. Just be like, bye, bitch. I've banned people for less in this stream. And I always tell my fellow streamer friends that too, right? When they're having people in their chats and they're just like, oh, I don't know how to deal with them. They stress me out. It bothers me, but they haven't technically broken the rules. And I always remind them, the rules are there to set a baseline, but the actual baseline is your comfort. If you as the streamer are not comfortable, they're making you uncomfortable in some way, just get rid of them. Don't harsh your vibe for one viewer. Because if your vibe is harsh and you can't be you on stream because of that one viewer, you're ruining it for the other however many viewers. And you're also changing the vibe you're putting out for potential viewers that could hit the follow button. Just get rid of them. Don't even stress it. Most places will engage with them because there's that, Dova, there's that. And we don't. They're more like guidelines. Exactly. Exactly. Come back on the same, they're not. And if they come back on a different account, listen, I'm pretty sure Frank still has an erection. Seamus probably got an erection because of Frank's erection. They'll take care of their erections. That's what banning is going to be called from now on, by the way. It's taking care of your erection. It's a thing now. And then this is too thin. So I'm just going to pat it in to the text. Close enough. Exactly, Dova. The statement you walk into El Cooky, yup. That dude was a deliberate troll. The account is... Facts, Seamus, facts. You have a big bottle of Viagra. All this erection talk, you know, we're talking about erections and making cookies that say kindly fuck off and I hope you choke and stop talking. Wow, this one is so thin it won't even pick up. I need to re-roll this. So first I had it like a little too thick. Now it's too thin. I need it to be just right. What is this, Goldilocks and the butterscotch cookies here? The first batch was so simple, and the second batch is like, yo, I'm gonna emulate the attitude of those cookies and tell you to fuck off, or the cookie cutters. Hey, crazy guy. You're so lost. My mods from now on, when they're banning somebody, they're just taking care of their erections, because their mod swords point up. They have very erect swords, you know? They'll sword fight in the staff room. Subscribers have bought their popcorn to the show. It's just a thing now. And now it's sticking. Oh my lord. The pastry cloth has absorbed too much fat. We need a lot more flour in here. Holy balls. Sword fighting taking on the adult meaning. Exactly. Exactly. You said about time. You don't even remember what your account's age is, Nivex? I don't even remember what my account's age is. I don't remember if I made my account before my sister started streaming, right after she started streaming, when I finally decided to watch her stream. Like, I do not remember. I'd have to look. Now, did I roll it too thin again? Maybe it's just right. Third time's the charm. It's a little thin, but I think I can make it work. I hope I can make it work. Because the more I roll this out, the more the dough is prone to crack. Also, this wouldn't be my stream if we didn't have some level of inappropriate talk happen. That is just also becoming a thing. At some point, some innocent thing becomes a rude joke and we all get a good laugh. Because it's 18 plus for a reason, and we are adults here that laugh at fart jokes and sex jokes. Ugh. No screensaver. April 16, 2020. Okay. But I think... set the second one up when I forgot. Oh, Nivex, okay. Farts are free comedy. You haven't even had a full cup of coffee yet? Well, collect. I'm assuming you haven't had a full cup of coffee because you've had too much of full speed. In what way? We can only gander. But I'm sure he also helps you wake up in the morning. Figuratively and literally. That is a lot of fat in my pastry cloth. Yeah, I don't normally wash this with detergent, but it's going to be washed with detergent this time. I normally just give it like a really solid scrub with water. Cinnabon cinnamon roll though? Ooh. Half expending the pants to come off. You feel called out. If it's the truth, full speed, what can you do? All right, we've got to take more cookies off the tray, so it's a spinny spin time. And then we'll get to putting more cookies on the tray. I can't wait to bring some of these to bowling and give them to my teammates. It's going to be so fucking funny. But I also think this will be the only time that I do the shortbread cookies with these cookie cutters, because I think I'd have an easier time with how the dough works with the cookie cutters if I used my sugar cookie recipe. The sugar cookie recipe is just more conducive to those small nooks and crannies. I think this one would be better with just shapes. Even though it's holding the lettering and everything, I think it would be better with just shapes. That down. Plop that. Spin you back around. And then we need the stop talking ones. So let me get more dough. Was created in 2017, you're old as dirt. At least on the Twitch platform, you are full speed. But that's the one that got banned or something. Like, I don't know that I properly know the story behind the full speed account. I just know that something happened to it. Right, Nivex? Listen, some of us out here full speed are trying not to push up daisies. Oh, a two-factor. Oh. Yuck. Dang you, two-factor. Ugh. Stop talking, cookies. Yeah, if I can re-find where I got these cookie cutters, by the way, I will post it in my Discord. Because I know at least Ophelia is interested in them. So if I can re-find them, I will share them. Because they are hilarious. Gigi, hi! It is Cookies. When PS4 launched, that's when I first had an account, but you had no idea what happened to... Oh. I'm doing good, Gigi. How are you doing? I've been lurking in a couple of your streams. I rotate my lurks because Twitch only counts 3, like, relatively idle lurks, and then the rest of your tabs, if you have more than 3 open, you have to, like, click back into them. I think it's every 10 minutes to refresh the lurk to keep it active. And I get it, but I hate it. And I don't have the ability to remember to click back in and refresh my lurks frequently, so I just keep it to 3, personally. Because obviously Twitch, you know, they want to make sure that people are actually watching and yada, 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 but it still sucks. Okay, let's try the kindly fuck off again. Come out! Arg. Come out without breaking. Let me be more specific, universe. I want the cookie out without being broken. I'm gonna lose the corner. Nope. We just barely kept it. The nice thing is some of the ones that are a little bit broken coming out, they will, like, bake together. Do my best to only have 3 or 4 tabs up. Exactly. You lurk the perfect amount of streams then, Coco? Beautiful. Hello, Coco. Your laptop starts... Yeah, you gotta respect the PC. Tried press cookies once with cute corgi cutter. Oh, corgis sound cute. I would love to make corgi butt cookies. Your machines are old, much above 4 streams, and things get toasty. We don't need toasty computers. Dust on Doritos sweet chili chips is highly addictive. I'd be like, yeah, that checks out. Oh, we having a good snack-adova? A snack as good as Seamus? Yeah, it just wants to stick up at the top. And it wasn't before. Come on, Cookie. Out of the cutter. Please. If I say please, will you behave better? Please. Because I want more kindly fuck off cookies. This was gonna be like the resort I didn't want to go to, but... because my cake tester, my reusable one, is like a really thin metal rod, I should be able to use it kind of like a knife to get in there and release the fucking cookie from the edges without really wrecking it. We're doing like cookie surgery right now to get it out of the damn cutter. Just release, for fuck's sake. Where are you still stuck? Up here? Are these cookie cutters not the same thickness? Wow, that's rough. Just gonna pick some of the extra dough out of here real fast so that hopefully it doesn't have as much to like cling on to. That might be holding it back from release. Because we are struggle busing and I am not okay with that. Try that. Getting very... Oh no, not the cramps. I try to bring that cake knife X, you know what I mean? Couple hours before the snacks, let's go, Nova. I have cookies, but I do have a pack of cookies and cream Pop-Tarts. There you go. In your freezer. Interesting. Friday nights are hard with so many people on. You're not wrong, Nivex. You are not wrong. And Seamus is the whole meal. You finished work already and dessert. Oh, you made it a little too strong, Coco. Whoopsies. It's always good to have a bar of emergency chocolate. I used to have some and then I ate it and I didn't replace it. Womp womp. So now my emergency chocolate is messaging Seamus before he leaves work and being like, I need you to make a stop for me. And see, now that one, it came out. We lost the corner immediately to the pastry cloth, but it didn't press the letters enough. So you can't read it. Woo! I did not drop it on the floor. I did not drop it on the floor. We're good. We're safe. Reattach that. A little more cookie surgery. Wad this back up. I think that whole tray of cookies took almost the same amount of time as the other 2 trays and mixing another batch combined. And I am going to actually mix this. I haven't even finished this tray. What am I talking about? I'm gonna mix this back together real fast so that I can share some of the what appears to be excess moisture with the dried out dough. I may have trickled in just a tad bit too much milk. Yeah, because that still feels good. Do 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 do. And I do always make random singing noises while I'm baking. Either Seamus or Smeagol or both get to listen to it, depending on when I'm baking. Because sometimes Seamus comes home to me not only having pasta and sauce ready to go, but a fresh loaf of bread. You know, just bored baker things. Wonder if plastic wrap would work. Oh, to trying to get the things out of the cookie cutters? I don't know. Some banana nut bread. Ooh, it was lovely. So we actually have a spare loaf of banana bread in the freezer. Because when I make my recipe, it makes 2 loaves and we eat one inevitably. Like, we will absolutely eat one, but usually what will happen is by the time we get through one and onto the second, we only make it maybe halfway through the second before we're kind of over the banana bread. So rather than throw out half a loaf, we only eat one and we put the other one in the freezer, and then it's there for later. And if you're wondering how to reheat a quick bread like that, or actually you can do it with any bread if you bake a yeasted bread too, you take it back out of the freezer. You don't have to let it thaw. You put it in, like, obviously take it out of its plastic wrap or whatever. You put it back into whatever loaf pan you baked it in, cover the top with a little bit of aluminum foil, and put it into an oven for at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 to 15 minutes, and it will revitalize it, and you get warm bread all over again without actually like rebaking it. These I hope you choke might not be deep enough to really set the words in, but we'll find out. I am trying to like push the words into the cookie. Yeah, see, these slots are big enough to get my finger in there to push it out. Beautiful. We finally have a tray of cookies again to put in the oven. That only took 84 years. You're glad your wife doesn't bake, you'd be in trouble. Not deep enough to choke on. Ooh woo. Ooh woo. I didn't even notice I said that. Oh my God. Oh boy. That's how deeply ingrained my problem brain is. I didn't even realize I said that. Or did I say that? I have no idea. But yes, Gigi, that's how you revitalize.
I'm gonna need you to drink some water.
I got you, Dova. Mommy? Mommy? Water. You know what? Let's go back to the kindly fuck off ones. I want to see if, because this one's a little bit shallower, if this will work better. Oh. And the dough will be a little not as problematic. Maybe? Maybe? I mean, we do have one blowout tear here. I may have to give up on the kindly fuck off cookies. Which would be a shame, but if it doesn't want to release, it doesn't want to release. There we go. Maybe that wasn't so bad. We'll see. Maybe we'll save those for the end when the dough's like really, really dried out. The dough could be getting a little warm right there. That is a possibility. But I quite frankly don't have the patience right now to stick it in the fridge to try and chill it. So it'll be what it'll be. Either it'll work or I will just switch cookie cutters. We got options. Just folding in the drier bit. Welcome in, by the way, right there. Welcome in. Roll it on out. Okay, thank God. I suddenly had a startle. I was like, did I start my timer? I did. A little thinner. Not by much. There we go. It's one of the benefits to my job. I can kind of feel if I need to go thinner. Do a couple more stop talking cookies. So I have 4 different cookie cutters, of which we are using 3 because the one just proved to be way too problematic. So we've got one cookie cutter that says, kindly fuck off. We've got one cookie cutter that says, stop talking. We've got one cookie cutter that says, I hope you choke. And then the one that just was too fucking problematic was, please go die. You know, the thing that you would say to your friend when they beat you at a video game in jest. Kyberg, welcome on in. Thank you for the follow. In fact, let's do a couple more I hope you choke cookies. These are awesome, right? Right? They make me happy. And I bought the cookie cutters years ago and then I just never used them, so what's more fitting than making rude cookies on a Sunday? Delicious rude cookies, I might add. Now that I've sampled one, these are really good. Well, got a little bit of the flour dust up on my face, and it was not like it makes an itchy sensation. It's the best way I can describe it. See, now this dough is a little bit dried out, so maybe if I just re-roll it, I can get some kindly fuck off cookies out of it. because it won't, like, it'll be drier. Maybe. Share a pic of the corgi cutters? Absolutely, Carrie. Absolutely, because I kind of feel like I need to make corgi butt cookies. That sounds amazing. Wow, I can literally, like, I don't know if you guys can really see this. I can scrape dough out of this. There's so much fat stuck in there. A little thinner. Why do I get the feeling these are gonna stick? Maybe not. Sure feels like they want to stick though. I think we're okay. From won't come out to can't stay in. Oh, and breaking. Like right in half. Okay, yeah, no. That will not work. The dough is too dry. This dough is so finicky. I wish the dates for each individual recipe was on there. That would be interesting to know. Go back in the bowl. We gotta re-moisturize. Moisturize me. You made your drink too strong. Oh no, Coco. Trying to take advantage of yourself. I mean, it's not taking advantage if I'm willing. Fair play, Coco. Fair play. Now, will it come back together or does it need a tad bit of milk? Because we're looking crumbly. We are looking crumbly. Maybe. No, now it's just a tad too crumbly. Well, no, I think I can squeeze it together. Joined a new WoW guild, and I really like them, but I get along with almost everyone, but that's amazing, Coco. Are you still doing a healer role? We're playing the game of will it stay together? Oh dear. Well, it will stick to the rolling pin. Has my baking brain just like farted off and is not helping me anymore? Like, what the fuck is happening today? There we go. It released. We have a kindly fuck off cookie. Huzzah! DPS, but you do sub in his heels from time. That's awesome. They are going to be texturally interesting. But I usually don't find I have too many issues with it. Cat hair. So I will re-roll my dough until I can't till there's just not enough. I just keep rebinding it with the dough in the bowl. And for me, it doesn't seem to cause issues. Get out of the cookie cutter, you piece of garbage, without breaking. We got one to release so nicely. And then this one was like, how about now? Stuck on the letters. Interesting. Yeah, it'll be fine. And if it breaks in the, like, when I take it off the tray, it just means I get to eat it immediately, right? Right. You know what? We're gonna mix this back up with a little bit of milk. Rinse my hands. Get the milk. Smidgen. There we go. And I think we're just going to say goodbye to the kindly fuck off cutter for now because I don't feel like dealing with it. Most of the content out there and you realize most of it is mad. Oh, Dova, yeah. That's true. That's true. Pagan friendly cozy ambiance chamble. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does make it tough. It does. I can understand that. And I don't know about you, Dova, or anybody else, but I definitely go through like content phases where I'm like really interested in, for example, for a while I was really interested in like cooking and baking content. So that's when I found Tasting History and the Bon Appetit Kitchen, which I do not watch anymore. I just watch separately Claire Saffitz and Gabby Milan because they were the ones that I really liked that left. And if you don't know the drama behind that, it basically was they're like the Bon Appetit Kitchen had many different series. Like Claire was the trying to make classic recipes person, and Brad Leone was doing the like outdoorsy type stuff, and so they had their different things. And sometimes, you know, like Sola would help Claire with the tempering and stuff on her videos and stuff, and it came to light that the creators who were minorities, like Gabby and Sola, were not being paid the same as the Caucasian creators like Claire and Brad, and a group of, like, obviously the people who were the minorities that weren't getting paid right, and the bargaining went south, and Bon Appetit basically was like, yeah, no, we're not going to pay you anymore. even when they appeared on segments for like Brad and Claire and stuff like that, they walked. They were like, fuck this, you know, I'll go do my own thing. And some of the people that were there stood in support of, like Claire, stood in support of their then former coworkers who were not being treated fairly, and said, you know what, I don't want to work for you either. And they branched out on their own. So I follow some of their content and whatnot, but then after I get tired of the cooking content, maybe I get into like architectural content, and I'll go watch like a lot of home renovation and shit. And then I'll get out of that mood and I'll be in the mood for like restoration videos, and I'll watch antique gadgets being restored. Like my mood fluctuates. You just discovered Claire. Claire's amazing. Jazz musics in cafes, yeah. Yeah, yep. So, yeah, my content tastes change. Sometimes monthly. And then it's like I'll go on a break from watching certain content and I'll come back to it later and be like, oh my God, I missed so many cool episodes. I'm so behind. How did this happen? It happened because you got bored of the content briefly and had to switch gears. That's also why I'm a variety streamer on here and not a Phasmo streamer or a DBD streamer or just a baking streamer, because I get bored of games too. I don't know about you guys, but I do eventually get bored of games and I have to switch it up, and then I'll come back to them. And some of my taste in games depends on where I am in my monthly cycle. I say monthly, but mine comes like every 2 months. And it's fine. It's probably not fine, but it's fine. Doctors don't seem too worried about it. My YouTube, I have my set of channels I watch and I don't tire of, but gaming, I'm so variety. Yeah, absolutely, Collect. And I mean, variety is the spice of life, right? Here, yeah, I used to watch so much Yeah, homesteading is good too. The echo chamber and the same people make the round. Yep. Yeah, and that's something I actually struggle with as a content creator. And I need to find the happy middle ground. I worry about copying other people instead of just doing my own thing, but there are like elements of other streams that I really love. Right? Like the parachute drops. And I was like, but I don't want to copy. Like everybody else already does it. But the reality of it is there's no reason why I can't bring it into my stream and just make sure my stream is not the same as everybody else's in other ways. It's one of those weird things. And the same thing goes for like YouTube content and stuff. And that's why me personally, like I want to support all of my friends. I want to support everybody's content on all of the platforms, and I will go through and make sure I at least click like the little heart or the like button or, you know, whatever the like upvote button is on the platform that I see it on. But I will not watch the content that is a phrase, a background picture of like the game or whatever, and then a little meme dance green screened video. I cannot stand that content. It just bothers me. But I'll still support my friends by at least clicking on the little heart, because I'm still telling the algorithm, yep, upvote this, like push this out to more people. I just can't. I cannot handle giving it the view because I'm like, no, absolutely not. Nope. That's my personal pet peeve. I don't like that content. I think it's silly in not a entertaining way. But that's the thing, though. It feels regurgitated to me. That is a kind of content that does feel regurgitated. I thought my hair stick was coming out. Rinse my hands. And I think the oxymoron is right now that kind of content is what's driving algorithms. Like, people are eating it up. And I refuse to make it. So I'm hampering myself because of my morals, but I won't budge. I will not budge. Clickbait, yeah. You don't like YouTube Shorts, you don't do TikTok. You ditched Instagram and Facebook. About that's fair, Dova. That's fair. You instantly unfollow. Yeah, clickbait is annoying. Clickbait is annoying. I will admit, I try to partially use it, but in a this information is actually in there kind of way. I'm just trying to make my title more engaging. I'm not putting out the like, I'm quitting Twitch. And then it's really just, I have to go on vacation for a month, guys. Okay, bye. Or last Twitch stream, and I leave out the for a while. Like, yeah. And it's not funny and it's not cute. I agree. All right, the cookies that are in there are ready to come out. And then the cookies on the tray are ready to go in. We're gonna get like a little over 80 cookies because this is the last of the dough. So here's where I have to make a decision. Do I try to cut out more cookies or do we just eat the dough? I'm kind of leaning towards just eat the dough. Start your timer, damn it. There we go. Makes you panic when you see that. Yeah, and nobody wants to panic. Nobody wants to be like, oh my God, my favorite creator's leaving. See what the dough tastes like. That's the struggle with figurines, isn't it, Carrie? Cleaning them. I think I might be in favor of just eating the dough. Let me really quick close the book. So once again, for those who weren't here at the beginning, this recipe is from Betty Crocker's cookie book. This book was originally published in 1963. So all of the recipes in here are 1962 or older, I would say, because we didn't have the age of the internet and instant like communications back then. They would have had to get the recipes and make sure to test them and all that well in advance of finishing the printing of this. So I would say probably no earlier than, or no earlier, whatever, than 1962. It's so good. Oop! Dova got caught by Automod. That's impressive. Because of fuck off. Like, I need to remember to go in and fix Automod. It's very knowledgeable and feral, but one of her latest ties was we broke up with a picture of her. Oh my God, yeah, fuck off, bye. I agree, Dova, I agree. So yeah, they're old recipes in this book. I really love it. This is the same book my grandmother used to use before she passed to make a lot of her Christmas cookies. I have made a solid amount of the cookies out of here. I haven't found one yet that I don't like. I've found a couple that I'm like, I could take it or leave it, but I haven't found one yet that I don't like, that I've made. Obviously, there's some recipes in here that I'm like, absolutely fucking not. I'm not making that. Like a lot of the ones with shredded coconut, I don't like the texture of shredded coconut. So I'm not going to make those because I will not like those cookies. But highly recommend picking up this book if you're just looking for like a variety of cookies that you can make from simple to complex. It's a great book. It's a great book. And the recipe that we're using today, I did put into my Discord if you're interested. You were talking about Your KitchenAid has taken all the baking like yeah, it is. Debating getting a newer one, and most people was like, they're so expensive. I'm like, my current one is still going. It's from the set. Yeah. Yeah. My mom's at my dad's house is probably, let's see, he got it for her as a wedding present. And I want to say she passed just before their 35th wedding anniversary, and she's been gone 6 years. So it's like 41 years old now. So that would be the mid 80s. And it is still chugging along just fine. In fact, if I had my way, I would steal that KitchenAid. I really like that KitchenAid. But I won't take it away from my dad. Gave me mine. I'm planning to hand it down to... Absolutely. That's one of the nice things I will say about a quality mixer, because obviously you can find not quality mixers out there, but KitchenAid is among the ones that still make quality. They're among the few appliances left in this world that are built to last. Like, they will keep going and going and going for I don't know how fucking long. Long enough. Let me pick up some of the ones that came out the best. This one came out well. This one came out well. Here we go, you guys. We have Kindly Fuck Off. I hope you choke. And stop. I fucking love them. They're so great. They're so great. I am going to enjoy eating them. I'm going to enjoy giving them to people. How can I not? I love them too. I'm going to try to refine the cookie cutters. I'm going to enjoy eating this dough because it's delicious. So I've got 18 minutes left on the ones in the oven. I need to take the other ones off of the tray, get out the cookie jar, the whole nine. But at this point, you guys, like, I think it's time to just allow myself to sit for a spell. So I'm going to briefly swap you over to no, actually, you know what? I'm just going to walk my ass into my desk. We're gonna swap screens when I get there. So there will be like a very brief, there's nothing here screen, and I know exactly where we're rating. It's just easier for me to do all of that stuff from my desk. So I'll meet you guys in there. Here we go. Here we go. Let me bring my mic over here so that you can better hear me. Reset the zoom on my chat box. All right. Going to hit the stop sharing on that. I cannot hear you guys at the moment, so let me swap back to there. Perfect. All right, so I really appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate the support, the gifted subs, the hype train. Like, the fucking hype train. You guys are legends there. You just, like, super amazing. I appreciate you lurking, you chatting, you chilling, like, just being the amazing people that you are. And I want to bring you over to see Case. Case is celebrating their birthday and Frankenpup's birthday. For gifted subs in their channel, Frankenpup pets will be given. There is a pet cam right now for the puppers. Like, it's just adorable. So we're going to bring the love and support all the way over there. Who is Twitch and how did they beat me? So Twitch right now, Coco, is giving out bonus subs for gifted if you gift 5 subs or more. And Twitch has given 17 bonus subs in this channel for a total donation of like, I think only maybe for 15? Yeah, because they did a match of 5, they did a bonus of 2. Oh my god! Holy fuck! Coco! Coco, thank you so much for the gifted subs. And Twitch is still determined to beat you because they put a bonus 15 on top of that. Oh my god, you're insane. You're number 1. You're number 2. Coco, thank you so much. Twitch saw your 5 subs and raised you 15. Oh my god. You're number 1 in my heart, Coco, if it makes you feel better. I really appreciate it. I super appreciate it. You guys are insane. You're legends. What a jerk. Yeah. The best kind of jerk just for today. Because then after today, thank you for the follow, Tassin Caramel. After today, it goes back to normal. September ends today. So I appreciate you guys coming out in support for the last of September. Like, amazing. You guys are amazing. Absolutely slayed it. I am blown away. I am truly blown away. Like, just my heart is full. I am humbled. I can't believe that like I have such a wonderful community and you guys are so kind and generous. And I want to bring this love over to Case. I apologize for, you know, continuing to raid even though you are trying to be number 1, Coco. But I do need to have a moment to like cool down a little bit, really crank up the fans, which could catch on the mics and I don't want that. Clean up the kitchen, and then I will be joining Case later on in the evening for Death Watchers. And while I will not be streaming it, my cam will be on. So if I should happen to make funny faces, you will be able to see them. You guys, you're absolutely wonderful. If you are subscribed, which many of you are, you can use this raid message with the mandalas. If you are not subscribed, you can use you love Case, I love Case. You can use this raid message with the hearts. Yes, Maddie, your first chat is my raid message. I love that. Hello, how are you? So we're going to go say hello to Case. We're going to give them all the love, show them all the support, wish them a happy birthday. Thank you guys again for being here. If you want to hang out in the meantime, get in the Discord. You've known them for almost 20 years. Let's go. You are a lurker, and that's okay. We love our lurkers here. Lurkers are the backbone of Twitch. And if you want to check me out anywhere else, here are my social media handles. I try to regularly put up content, but you know, life gets in the way. I will be back on Wednesday. October is going to be spooky month. We're going to dive into just spooky games or spooky activities. So I look forward to it. I hope you look forward to it. It's going to be a great time. Thank you guys again for everything. I will catch you in the rest of the streams. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Let's go say hello to Case. You guys are amazing. Bye!